Hi everybody, welcome back to Fit for Life with Karen. I think I have kind of an interesting and maybe fun show for you today. The name of the show is Taking Control. By that I mean taking control of your life and your health by what? Staying active, becoming more social, exercising, drinking enough what? Water. This is helping me so much. And I think you all know what that helps with, don't you? Helps with a lot of things. Keeps those tissues nice and moist. It actually clears your brain a little bit too, so always have your water with you, all right? How many of you know who Helen Mirren is? She's an actress, English actress. Well, she's 76 now, and she's starting to model in addition to making movies and having her own specials and her own shows. And she had someone come to her home and interview her, and she talked about all things aging. So she said, learn something new. And that's something I keep saying I'm going to do. I do read, if there's anything new for us, and exercise or health, I'm reading it and I'm passing it on to you. But how about a language? How about mahjong? How about doing a little more walking? Things like that. So just try something new if you haven't done it before. I want to just give you a couple of thoughts on aging also. We do this before we start on every show. A writer named Colette, you may have heard of her, she says, "What a wonderful life I've had. I only wished I'd realized it sooner." So maybe she's talking about appreciating what she's been able to do through the years and how maybe her health is good now. The other one is security. I think as we age, we worry about safety more, being safe in our homes, keeping that door locked and so forth. Security is mostly superstition, this person says. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. And who said that? Helen Keller, one of my favorites. Helen Keller, as you know, could not see or hear. She could when she was first born, but then she started to lose her vision and her sight. I don't know what could be much worse than that. She went to Radcliffe. She graduated with honors. She could speak 4 languages. She traveled the world, and she managed somehow to be happy. So if someone like that can be happy, we can too. In watching your health, taking care of yourself, eating right, exercising, getting enough rest, those will prolong your life, or at least increase the quality of your life. So let's start with just a few more comments from Helen Mirren. On gray hair, she says 18th century wigs. Remember those when you watch some of the old movies and on television? Those wigs were always gray and white, and at that time, that was thought to be beautiful. Colors look beautiful with gray hair, so if you haven't been dyeing your hair or you've stopped dyeing your hair, just enjoy the whiteness of it. Of course, I never color my hair, of course, but anyway. But she says, do what's comfortable. If you're not comfortable by letting your hair color grow out your natural gray hair, then don't do it. It's just how you feel about life and how you see yourself. Eat healthy. Yes, you can cheat now and then. When we go out, we know that they're putting more salt and butter and things like that in our food. So now and then, it's okay. Just don't do it every day. Walk, stretch, and strengthen, or find something you like to do. If you really say, I cannot stand to exercise at all, find something you like, even if it's just dancing in front of the television or your computer, just to keep your body in shape. If we want to enjoy life, we have to work at it just a little bit. But don't you feel good after you've exercised? I know I do. So today we're going to start with the morning warm-up, and this is something I try to do every single day. So you're just going to slide forward in your chair just a little bit. And let the legs move out a little bit. There'll be a little bit of a bend in your knee. Your heels are down. You just woke up, so you're still lying down, and you're just going to move those feet back and forth. I have a lot of people doing this now, and they're getting used to it. They're feeling better. They're feeling more clear. They're more clear-headed when they get up, because after a really sound sleep, it takes me a while to get acclimated, to get my balance. So it does help. You can do about 50 of these. It goes fast. 50 is not a lot when you're doing something like this. Good. And then, now remember, your legs are on your mattress, so I'm going to have you lift your legs up a little bit. Let's point those toes and then flex the feet back. You're going to feel a nice stretch in the foot, the ankle, and your lower leg. And do at least 10 of those. This is 3 and 4 and 5. And if you forget what the count is, it doesn't matter. Do a couple more. All right. Now I'm going to put one foot down, but normally you would still have both feet on the mattress. You might need to lift that foot up a little bit and just circle the foot. That you can do anywhere, actually. You could do it standing up, sitting down, lying down. I'm not going to be counting too much right now. Let's go the other way. We only have half an hour, so I try to get as much as I can into that half hour for you. But I do this, I would say, just about every day. And then we're going to just circle the other foot. So you want to keep that ankle flexible. Why? For falls prevention, for one thing, for circulation, for flexibility in the ankle. So just keep that in mind. That's a good one. And then I'm going to put one foot down, but again, both legs are still straight. If you're still in bed doing these exercises, I'm going to slide forward. I always do this one, just lifting the leg up as high as it can go. And that stretches the back of your leg. And I try to do at least 10 of those too. Any exercise is better than none, right? Good. You're going to feel this tighten too. Your abdomen's going to tighten a little bit. The other leg out straight and lift. 1. I suppose you could do both together, but I think you get more of an exercise, a better exercise if you do one at a time. It's a little bit more specific to that one side. So just try to do one at a time. And then I go back to that first leg. If you need to rest for a couple of seconds, that's fine. And just lift and reach and then pull that leg toward your body. So you'll be lying flat when you do this, so that leg will go up a little bit, not straight up, but a little bit higher. Just holding that, and then bending that knee and pulling that leg toward your chest. This is great to stretch out your lower back. So we've warmed up a little by moving our feet around, and now we're going to stretch a little bit. You want to warm up first, usually, before you stretch. All right? Great. The other side, you're going to reach down and pull that leg toward you. You're going to feel that at the hamstring back there and in your lower back too. And you're going to hold that. Take a couple of yoga breaths here, breathing in. And when you exhale, you might be able to pull that leg in just a little bit more. Feels pretty good. Drop it down and then pull that leg towards your chest. We have to do both sides so we won't be crooked. We want to be strong on both sides and equally strong on both sides. That's the important thing. Some of you might be able to bring both knees to the chest and just wrap your arms around your knees. So this is a good one. All right, now the other one I do, I'm going to lift this leg up. You would be bending it and your foot would be flat on the mattress, and just pull that leg over a little bit and then see how far you can get it down onto the bed. I have an arm here that's stopping me, but you can do it when you're lying down, back and forth. Good. 3 and 4. And if you are sitting in your chair, which I think you are, just do it this way. You won't be able to get as much of a stretch as you would if you were lying down. And I swear by these exercises. They get you ready for the day. They stretch. In some cases, they strengthen almost all of your muscles, and we have a ton of them. 600, actually, about 600, maybe 630. I hear both. So you're going to lift that other leg up, and you're going to just cross it over as much as you can, and then open. Now, one leg is going to be more flexible and looser than the other. Anything we have 2 of usually aren't the same, right? Cross it over, you can hold on, or just keep the arm down on your bed, whatever's comfortable. And 4, Good. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. So that's good for the hip. And then in another few seconds, I'm going to give you another one for your hips. This one you might like better. You're going to cross one leg over. Remember, this leg is straight, but you're going to cross over like this. And then you're just going to push down, and this will open up the hip a little bit. So you're crossing at the knee. I'm going to put my foot down and then bend the knee like this. Sitting up nice and straight and push down on the inside of the leg. Now, pushing up and sitting up straight is just when you're doing this on the chair. When you're lying down, it's a little bit different. You're trying to get the knee as flat as possible. So we'll do the other side. All this for the hip. And then push down. And I can feel it more in this hip. This hip is a lot tighter. So I have to work a little bit harder. Great. Good. Now another exercise we're going to do is to tighten and tone your abdomen a little bit. It's also a good back strengthener. And I have to really push forward on this one. And then I'm just going to lift this leg up and then the other and push. You can hold on to the arms of the chair. This is easier to do lying down. Don't try to lift your whole upper body up, just your head. And this is kind of a tightener, a midriff tightener, lower back, your core. All of those areas are part of your core, and you want to keep that strong too. And that too helps towards your balance, right? Okay. Wow, I'm getting tired already here. All right, now you're going to open those feet and then bring them back. And open and bring them back. Sitting up straight this time. You're going to feel it here. Out to the side, good, good. Are you waking up? I don't know about you, I'm kind of an early riser now as I get older, but I get a lot more done that way. All right, we're going to just put the feet down, relax for 1 minute. Let's just drop the chin down and relax. We're going to do a little seated yoga today, so let's start just relaxing, calming down a little bit. Drop your chin down, good. And we're going to pick the head and look up at the ceiling. And then look straight ahead. I'm going to sit up straight right now. Turn the head to one side and hold that. Don't stop breathing. Now let's come back to the center and let's breathe up through the nose first. And when you exhale, you're going to turn your head to the other side. And this is the breath that we use in yoga, in meditation. And you're going to bring the head back. Now let's do the ear drop. It just makes me close my eyes. I can't help it. And then we'll go to the other side. Now you can do this with or without the breath, but just remember not to hold your breath when you exercise, all right? Keep that head up, good. All right, now what I'd like you to do is clasp your hands at your neck here. We're gonna open up the chest a little bit, improve your posture a little bit. When you're practicing yoga, you should try to do it with as good posture as possible. So let's get those elbows back. Feel your shoulder blades coming together. Wonderful. And you're going to just turn to one side and then turn to the other side. Good. Now you're going to come back to center. We're going to try this with the yoga breath. So let's breathe up through the nose. When you exhale, just turn as much as you can. Don't force it. And you're going to breathe up through your nose. And as you exhale, you're going to turn to the other side. Good. And then you're going to come back to center. Take one more breath up. Get those elbows back. Now as you exhale, let's bring those elbows in just a little bit. Round your back. Good. And slowly come forward. Great. So you've had some good stretches and some strengthening already, and you haven't even gotten out of bed. Now I know today most of you are probably in your chairs, but there's a lot that you can do before you even get up for the day. Maybe people don't do any more exercise after that, but at least get a walk in if you can. So we're going to do a little bit of some very basic chair yoga. Some of you might already be taking a class. Yoga is great for strength. It's good for flexibility. It's meditative. We'll do our little meditation at the end also. And I just love the whole thing. I just like the way it looks, the way it feels. It actually massages your insides, some of the poses, when we do twisting. By the way, if any of you have osteoporosis, full-blown osteoporosis, you shouldn't be doing any rotations like this. Always ask your doctor anyway, or your physical therapist. So rotations or twisting, especially if you've had a fracture. And also using weights up over your head is not very good either. And some of you might even have to be careful about coming forward like this. If you don't have osteoporosis, the chances are you don't have to worry about that, but I do like to mention it. So let's start with something called the Sun Salutation. It really is a beautiful, graceful yoga move that wakes up the whole body, stretches the whole body. But we're not going to be doing it standing up. We're going to be doing it seated. So all you're going to do, we're going to make it much simpler, is just lift those arms up and back, as far back as you can go, and try to remember to take a breath when you do that. So let's start again. Breathing up through the nose. As you exhale, open those feet, come forward, and let's go as far down as you can go. You can keep that head up. Hold on to your ankles and try to kind of pull up a little bit to flatten that back out. This is a very small part of the Sun Salutation, but it's a good way to start stretching. As we come up, clasp your hands, breathe up through your nose, all the way up, good. And then you're going to come down slowly. Grab those ankles again, keeping that head up. It's a wonderful stretch. I love this one. And it's not hard to do. The real Sun Salutation, when you do the full thing, it does take some practice. So let's try another one. This one is mostly for your upper body, for your arms, your shoulders, and your back. It's called the eagle. So just bring your arms up. Kind of elbow over elbow. Can you all do this? If you cannot get the elbow over elbow, just cross the arms wherever they will cross, okay? I'm going to go back just a little bit. Now this isn't too difficult, but try to bring those hands together. Whether you can touch thumbs, you can touch your fingers. Great stretch for the upper back. Wonderful stretch. Now, if we were doing it standing up, you would also be doing this with your legs and your arms like this and keeping your balance. So that's why we're not doing that, not today. Let's switch. Let's cross over again. Bring those hands together. Hello, hello. See it now, I can do it a little bit more this time. See, I've actually got my index finger on my thumb pulling that down, but just doing this is a good exercise for your back. Also, just bring your arms together. That's a good stretch too. And then we can go all the way back and do the opposite. So let's take a breath together first, up. When you exhale, bring those elbows together, good. And make that exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. So let's try it again. Breathing up first and exhaling as you bring the arms back. It's just a nice stretch. Hands on your shoulders. Let's do some circles just to loosen up that area. Feels good. So your posture is good, I hope. Hard to remember that. We're not used to it. We just want to be comfortable all the time. All right. Grab some water. I'm going to have some now. Really important to have this with you. This also helps you to dissolve those medications that we take, or maybe just vitamins. Water is good for the dryness in our skin, in our eyes, everywhere. So it's not just for thirst. Let's do the yoga cat. I love this one. Great for the spine. Hold on to those knees and just pull yourself up nice and straight and get those shoulders down. Now, all of a sudden, I started doing this. It tightens the abdomen. You do that naturally because you're kind of working hard and you want to do it right, but don't hold your breath. All right. So the yoga cat, you know how a cat will stretch like this, and then the cat will drop his little head, bring the shoulders up, round the back, pull your abdomen in a little bit. This is great spinal flexion, but stretching your spine out, but you don't want to stay like this all the time. So you're going to breathe up through your nose. You're going to pull yourself up nice and straight. Get those elbows down, shoulders down, and head up. And that's where you should be. Let's do a little turn with your head. Oh, I heard something in there, but it didn't hurt. Felt pretty good. I feel like we're aligning or realigning ourselves when we do yoga or when we do stretching, any kind of stretching. All right, you'll bring your head back again. Just relax for a minute. Drop the chin down. Just doing this is relaxing, you know. Let's take a breath together all the way up. Holding that breath and then exhaling through your mouth. Now, I'd like the exhalation to be a little bit longer. So you're trying to get rid of all the dead air at the bottom of your lungs. Maybe I shouldn't use that word, but you want fresh air. So when you do that inhale, you're replacing the old air. And it should make you feel better. It's very calming for your mind. And if you can find a place in yoga or meditation where you are really, truly relaxing, you're also improving your focus. You might be lowering your blood pressure if you do enough, if you're faithful with yoga. So yoga does a lot of things for us. So keep that in mind. Let's do one more yoga cat. Hands on your knees, pull yourself up, shoulders down. Good. Let's look up at the ceiling. Just a little bit. Don't bring your head all the way back. Just looking up, looking down. Feel that nice stretch. And then sit back up. Good. Let's try the lotus position. Now, you've seen people that practice yoga. They're usually sitting on the floor and their legs are crossed. I think it's called the Taylor sit also. Well, we're not going to do that because we're doing chair yoga. But I'd like to do something that might get the same effect. So here's what we're going to do. Just crossing at your ankle, very gently push that knee down again like we did in the beginning. Push it down, and then the other side. Now to really stretch out the same area, we'll do it this way if you can do it. If you cannot do this, you can cross down here and do it. Get that leg up as if you're going to watch your favorite football game. Hands here on your leg, and pull yourself up nice and tall. And that will open up the hip, which is what you would need to do a really good full lotus and pull the foot through and all that. So we're pushing down a little bit, reaching under, all right? And pull yourself up nice and straight. So now we're also doing a posture exercise, aren't we? So this would be very good if we were sitting down or lying down on the floor doing the lotus. But we've got two legs, so we have to do the other side. All right. Bring that leg up. One leg will be a little bit stiffer than the other. Push down on that knee just a little bit. Pull yourself up nice and straight. As I say, so we're stretching the same muscles, most of the same muscles we would if we were lying down on the floor or sitting on the floor. And sitting up nice and straight. Love it. All right, now usually at the end of a yoga class, sometimes at the beginning, we do this. These are called prayer hands, or if you have another name for it, that's fine. And we say namaste, which is a Sanskrit word meaning hello or hi, kind of just showing respect for the other people in the room and wishing them well. It means a lot of things. I looked it up. There's all kinds of words that describe it. So we say namaste, and that will be the end of our yoga for today. But what I'd like to do with the last couple of minutes is a little meditation with our yoga breath. So we're going to sit back. Good. And you can drop your chin down and relax for a minute. And this is where the music, the nice calming music comes in. So next time we do this, maybe you could put on some of your nice relaxing music. Click on the computer, on your bookmarks, and pick up some nice new age music. Let's take a breath together all the way up, holding that breath and then exhaling as you bring your head down. Now keep exhaling, push that air out, push it out, good. And you're going to bring your head back, good. Why don't we just relax the hands a little bit? So your palms are up, you can leave them here in your lap, or if it's more comfortable, put them on the arms of the chair, and then push your feet out so you can really relax for a couple of seconds. Move those feet back and forth. So now is the time to relax, release, and let go of the contraction and the tension in your muscles. We're just going to let them be loose. Good. Let's take another breath together. And each time you do that with me, up, 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 and hold, you're going to relax a little bit more. It does work. Try it on your own. Get a book on yoga. Get into it because it is a wonderful practice. It's not a religion. It's a science, really. So if you have any interest at all, go to a bookstore and order a book. There's like probably 1 million books on yoga. All right, one more time together, breathing all the way up. And exhale as you breathe out. Drop that chin down. And just think about how you feel. Do you feel a little bit more relaxed? I hope you do. And I hope you'll tune into the next show because we've got a good one for you. So just keep moving. Remember, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. We stop moving. We stop trying new things. We stop learning new things. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.